Alright. So, I'm flying solo tonight. It's that time of year where a shit ton of movies come out and everyone's fucking busy. So I had to go see this one by myself. So... What the fuck did I just watch? That was just... Oh, Jesus. So I just got out of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. I don't even know where to fucking start. This is, I guess, if X-Men met Groundhog Day, mixed in with Darkman. It's so cheesy. It's so stupid. It makes no sense. It makes fuck all. It makes sense. Like, honestly, like it's like one of the least Tim Burton-y movies I've seen in a long time. This just feels like Tim Burton just gave up and just made like the most ridiculous movie he could possibly make as a challenge of just like, no, I could, like, you think Alice in Wonderland was dumb? Let me show you how dumb I can make it. And that's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Because not only is it just a shameless X-Men ripoff, it's also like the most ineffective X-Men team I've ever seen. And it's filled with so many what the fuck moments. Like, oh god damn it. Oh fuck. Such a weird movie. This is so weird. And it's kind of great because of that. I mean, like, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Like, it's one of those movies, like, it's so over the top. And it doesn't take itself all that seriously. At least I hope it doesn't. I pray to God it's not expecting me to take this at all seriously, because I didn't. I didn't for a fucking second take this movie seriously. It's just so... Oh my god. And you have to start with, like, the first 10 minutes of this piece of shit. Honestly, like, I was really worried, because the first, like, 10, 20 minutes of this movie are awful. They are just... It's poorly edited, it's poorly cut, it's horrendously acted. The acting, at least the kid from Ender's Game, I don't remember his name, but his acting is so bad. Like, oh my god. It's like, I heard people comparing to, like, Kristen Stewart before going, that's like, oh, that can't be true. That seems a little mean. I watched it like, no, it's worse. This is, like, on par with Trolls 2 acting. Like, the infamous, oh my god scene from Trolls 2 almost happened in the first 10 minutes of this movie. It was this close. It was this close to him going around and goes, like, Shelly, oh my god. It's amazing. It's amazingly bad. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. And that's not even the worst part. It's just you have this weird, like, New England, like, England-esque intro. And it's like, almost like, looks like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And then all of a sudden it cuts to modern-day Florida. And a cut that's just fucking jarring. And, where you get to the main character, his name is Jake, and I only know I can say his name, like, every 20 seconds, somebody has to say his name. Jake, 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 Jake. Like, honestly, I know when, if and when, Cinema Sins does this movie when it comes out on Blu-ray, that's gonna be a counter. It's just gonna have to say the name Jake in this fucking movie. It's at least 100 times. But anyway, he works this convenience store, and it starts off right off the bat with just this horrible acting. He goes, Amy, it's me. I'm in your math class. Hi. I'm not exaggerating. That's how he does it. It's amazing how deadpan it is. It's like, did they just, like, shoot him up with fucking, I don't know, just dope him up before they got him on the camera? What the fuck? What was the direction behind this? I like this kid. At least I liked him when he was good. I liked him in Ender's Game. I think it's an underrated movie. But here's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then you got General Zod from Superman 2. Not Michael Shannon. Oh my god, Michael Shannon's movie would have been amazing. But no, we got I forget his name, but the old guy you see in, like, in every movie that always has the raspy voice, so you never remember the actor's name, but he was General Zod Superman too. But anyway, he's in this movie, and he plays his grandpa, and he gets, he allegedly suffers from dementia because he's talking all these weird fantasy stories about monsters and people that live in, like, the woman that turns into a bird and yada yada yada. And it does this, like, I don't know if it's trying to be funny or if it just is, because apparently he's being hunted by these people called the Hollows, led by Samuel L. Jackson, who is not taking a second of this seriously at all. He is amazing. It's almost, and, like, unfortunately, like, he's barely in the movie. He's only in the movie for, like, the last third of the movie he's in it. And, but he's just like, he's doing this for the fucking check, and that's all. He goes in there, so I'm gonna make this as dumb and over the top as I can. Like, I feel like it would be, it's on par with his performance in The Spirit, but somehow it's more entertaining because I feel like, unlike The Spirit, he knows he's in, like, any stupid movie in this one. And Samuel, I guess he did in The Spirit too, but that one I feel like they gave him a lot more leeway to do whatever the fuck he wanted. That's why he had fucking Nazi scene in the middle of nowhere in that movie. The Spirit was weird. Weirder in this movie, which is saying something. But anyway, so the son, thinking something is wrong, runs over to Grandpa's place with this co-worker, Shelly, who I guess just is perfectly okay with driving him around. I don't know, they never explain their relationship, they just know each other. And they go over there, it turns out the grandpa has been killed, his eyes been taken out by some kind of horrible monster that apparently, spoiler, only he can see. And meanwhile, he goes out of the house, and he looks around, and is like, oh, it looks like someone broke in here. And, like, the Shelly just without goes like, stay there, I got 38 in my car, I'll be right fucking back. Sure enough, comes back with this huge hand cannon. And he goes, oh my god, there's a monster behind you. And she goes, bang, 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 without, like, second hesitation. And then she's gone. She is completely gone for the rest of the movie. She never comes back. So it's like, what was the point of that? What was the point of having her in there? She's just gone. She never shows up again. That's just it for the entire rest of the movie. And I was kind of sitting there like, oh, Jesus, what am I in for? Because, like, this is only 10 minutes in, and I'm cringing because this is just so awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. Everyone looks uncomfortable in the first half of this movie. And then, apparently, after this incident, he goes to see a psychiatrist for a couple months, and again, this kid is such a bad fucking actor. And I was like, there better be someone with more charisma and entertaining qualities to breathe some life into this fucking movie. And thank God there is, because then you get Eva Green, who could make anything more entertaining. I don't care what they could remake Manos: The Hands of Fate as exactly the way it originally was, except with Eva Green as the main female lead, and it would be amazing. Like, I honestly have that much faith in just how entertaining she can make anything. And she has this weird character quirk, and I don't know if they told her to do this or what, but she doesn't fucking blink. She only blinks in one brief scene when she has to force herself to cry, and that's it. She does not blink for the entire movie, and it's kind of freaky, especially when you notice it and you can't stop noticing it. And then you have, who else is hamming it? Pretty much everyone's hamming up in this movie. And then you just have weird fucking shit that comes out of nowhere and is gone just as quick. And it's, And then you have Jake's dad, who is this gigantic asshole who does, and not like in a way like he's meant to be an asshole. He's just like a deadbeat dad who just does not want to fucking be there. He does not want to help his son in any reasonable way whatsoever. Like, even when he's, like, show flashbacks to when Zod is showing him, like, telling him stories about monsters he fought during World War II and stuff, and showing him, like, different areas on this map of things he's found, and the son looks over at dad and goes, Dad, I want to be an explorer! And father just, like, doesn't even turn around and look at him, just, like, watch some horror movie on TV, just goes, everything's been discovered already, son, click. It's like, you're a fucking asshole, Dad. And it gets worse because they, the son becomes convinced after getting this, like a series of letters between Miss Peregrine and General Zod, about their relationship, and he wants to go to this children's home to figure out where, kind of what's happened. So, but the dad's like, do we really have to go? Would this really help? My stupid crazy son wants to go on this stupid crazy adventure right in front of him. He's right there, and he's being a huge condescending ass towards his own fucking son, and he's that way for the entire fucking movie. The only thing, the dad could not give less of a shit about his son. He only wants to see fucking birds. He's a bird watcher, apparently. That's his only interest, and apparently since his son doesn't share that interest, his immediate reaction is to pawn his son off to two random fucking strangers who he has never met. He just sees them literally to stand on the street. He goes, hey, you guys want to take my son to this one place? Here's like $50. And they take him. And I'm like, you are a horrible dad. Why have you not done anything with, why are you not taking care of your son? Why are you not taking, your son's mental health more seriously? Why are you this much of a dick? I almost said a douche and a dick at the same time, so I came out dick. This movie is so dumb. So that's a reoccurring thing that happens in this movie. That's one that keeps going on. It's just how much of an ass his dad is until over the halfway point when Sam Jackson reveals himself as the therapist, apparently, because it's been a long time building up thing, and which leads to a great joke, which I'll get to later. But after that reveal, though, the dad's just gone. He does not show up again for the entire rest of the movie. He just disappears. Not even for a second after he gets back to the present. He's gone. He never comes back. So I'm like, did the dad just abandon him? Did after Sam Jackson show up, just go, I never liked him anyway, and then just went back to the bar and drank his pain away? What the fuck happened to the dad? Well, it's I feel like they're trying to go for an arc, and then they just completely abandon it. He's just gone. It's kind of great. It's so weird. Some bizarre choices. Again, usually in Tim Burton movies, you can tell it's usually a bit more careful attention to detail with his characters. Even Alice in Wonderland, I'll give him that credit. This movie, there's none of that. There is no attention to the characters. There's you can tell some of the stuff he designed, but you can also tell a lot of stuff he just could not care less about. Oh man, this honestly feels like just Tim Burton phoning it in the best fucking way, because Tim Burton apparently phoning it in means making something so bizarrely wonderful, and not in a C-movie way. The best way I can describe this movie, it's like if Darkman was made in the modern age. It's that fucking cheesy. There's even a scene at Carnival, which I would have loved it if somebody just said, give me the fucking elephant, or something like that at some point in the movie. That would have been great. But anyway, back to the story. So when Jake gets to this mysterious island that his grandpa visited back in World War II, he discovers that all the children really do exist, except they exist in this time loop that apparently is in a cave, and only peculiars can go through there. Peculiars, by the way, is their code word for mutant. As they describe what a peculiar is, it might as well be the Charles Xavier monologue from the first X-Men movie. It's exactly the same, except now it's told by Eva Green, who was basically Charles Xavier in this scenario, where she's kind of acting like a bird with her head tilts, which I guess is what she was going for, and then she doesn't blink, which is just creepy. And she said, peculiars are these people who have, through some recessive gene in their DNA, have peculiar abilities. And, we are like a special breed of peculiars that are in charge of making these time loops to hold and train these children, and yada yada yada. But we had to be taken to the real world because they get persecuted for who they are. It's the fucking X-Men. It's verbatim the X-Men speech, minus, with some added Groundhog Day stuff for good effect. So yeah, we can introduce this cast of characters. Most of them are pretty one note, so you don't really give a shit, except oh, those are the weird twin things that apparently They only reveal this at the end, but apparently they can turn people to fucking stone, which I'm like, that would have been very useful very early on in the movie when Sam Jackson shows up and is like, no, we have to protect Jake. It's like, protect him from what? You don't know him. You've known him for a day, literally. And everyone loves Jake now, apparently. So we totally want to go extra measure to save his life. Oh, no, we have to keep him alive because he's the only one that can see the peculiars, apparently. Okay. Which led to a loophole, and I guess they kind of explained it, but not really. In the fact that there were so many ways that they could have easily avoided so much miscommunication, especially between Jake and his father, in the fact that he has a cell phone, and of course it's a modern day cell phone, so they take pictures. Now they point out in the movie that the phones don't work while they're in 1943 for reasons. I don't know, they never really fully explain, because I guess that if the technology didn't exist back in time they go to, it doesn't work in that time, but it doesn't go. It makes no sense. Like, they don't really bother to explain and say, oh, just the modern technology doesn't work back then because I said so. Basically, it doesn't really make any sense, because I'm thinking, like, wait, if that's the case, then why wouldn't, like, his clothes change then? Like, would they, like, I don't know, would his Converse just stop affecting his proper shoes? I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I was okay, so, like, you know, I'm willing to bet if I went up to these kids and showed them infrared goggles, I would blow their tiny fucking mind. Because with infrared goggles, you can solve every problem this movie has in about 10 minutes. Fucking it, it's 1943. Get into your grandpa's fucking gun cabinet, which he says he has. Give them guns, because these monsters aren't bulletproof. We know that because a fucking crossbow will do the trick. And shoot these motherfuckers with infrared goggles and a musket or whatever gun you can get a hold of. World War II, I don't know. They're right by a military base. They can get guns somewhere. Seriously, they are. They show that with Abe. Abe is the name of the grandfather, by the way. Who warns them that they're, like, the Nazis are gonna bomb their house for reasons. I don't know why they know they're there. I don't know. So much of this movie doesn't make any sense. So anyway, we get used to this cast of characters. One is apparently, like, controls air so she can float, and she wears these lead shoes to stay on the ground. We have one little girl who has, like, teeth behind her head that she eats with. Okay. The twins who can turn people to stone, which isn't revealed till the last, like, 5 minutes, which is bizarre, which is, like, that would have been so useful so long ago, but okay, whatever. And who else is there? Oh, there's fancy posh guy who's really into clothes for reasons, and sorry, these people like walking next to my car. Cameo, random person. But he can project his dreams, like, with a lens and his eye, which, okay. It's like, honestly, I'm suspecting that the reason they have this little time loop and they don't allow the kids to age isn't to protect them. It's so that kid doesn't go through puberty and his dream movies become a lot more graphic. This is like, oh man, this goes from like a PG-13 to an R really fast. And you have, I don't remember his name. I just started calling him Moody McMooderson because his entire purpose in this movie is to act like a posh jackass to Jake. It's going like, oh, you don't belong here. I don't like you. You're not one of us. We should just go away. You should just go home. We don't want you. Like, if Severus Snape was a moody teenager, that would be this kid. But his whole thing is he can apparently just carries around a container of hearts, which he can use to bring to life inanimate objects, which is used in horrifying fashion from the get-go, because this is the first and only time they use this effect, by the way. He just demonstrates by putting these little tiny hearts and these little creepy Frankenstein, like, Frankenstein monster-esque dolls, like something Sid from Toy Story would make, and that caused these monsters to come to life in this really terrifying claymation animation, and has them fight each other, and it's off, and it's like, it's just really offsetting, because this is the first and last time they use this effect, so it's really creepy, and it feels really out of place. I was like, what choices were made here? That's what I want to know, what choices were made here. Again, this is why I just feel like Tim Burton just did not give a fuck. And just like, I'm just going to have a bunch of weird, wacky shit in here, and nobody's going to say no. And apparently nobody did. So that's how we got this movie. And you also have, like, his best friend, who's this woman that can just light stuff on fire, sometimes in confusing ways. And am I forgetting anybody? Anyone else? Oh yeah, Invisible Kid, who just... I guess this is the most child nudity in a film I've seen in a long time. But he's invisible, I should point out, so it's okay. He's invisible. You don't have to worry about, like, child nudity, walking around, stepping over people and shit. And I'm like, okay. I'm just gonna try not to think about this too much. Oh yeah, and like, of course, Emma is the human kite, is what I end up calling her, because she controls air, and she ends up flying all over the place, except she can't apparently guide where she flies, so Jake has to hold her on a rope, which leads to, like, I feel like this is unintentionally hilarious scene later on. Okay, so to kind of just speedball through the story, because I feel like I'm rambling long enough about this fucking weird movie. Through a series of unfortunate events, Samuel L. Jackson's character, turns out he used to be one of them until he decided he wanted to become immortal, so he used one of the bird people to try to make himself immortal, but he instead turned himself and all these other people into horrible monsters, and apparently he can regain his humanity by eating eyeballs, because, sure. And, so, he can shapeshift, that's his ability. And he shapeshifts as Jake's psychiatrist for months until they finally trace him down, follows them back to this island, and figure out that Miss Peregrine is hiding, and use the opportunity to kidnap Jake, use it to convince Miss Peregrine to go into a cage so he can try the immortality experiment again. Okay, whatever. A lot of it doesn't make any sense. I just choose to go with it. Excuse me. But anywho, so all that happens, and then suddenly Jake knows how to solve everyone's problem. Sure. And it leads him to... I don't even get what happened, necessarily. I kind of checked out for a bit. But long story short, they end up in a carnival in present day, and Samuel L. Jackson, again, is just hamming this up for all it's worth. He is not taking any of this remotely seriously, and you can tell he looked at the script and said, I'm just gonna let go. Like, I just don't care. Because he is hamming this up. He is going around. There's actually a line where he looks over and he goes like, do I look like I'm not serious to you? Like, just like that. He's got this crazy afro hair, these ridiculous teeth that just look uncomfortable. And he's like, but look, it's painfully white eye contact lenses. And he goes up there and he goes, do I look like a guy? I disguised myself as a psychiatrist for 3 months in Florida. Have you ever been to Florida? It's fucking great. I cackled like a madman whenever he was on screen. I was like, sorry, there's this truck in front of me. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just every time Sam Jackson was on screen, I just started cackling like a madman. Like, oh my God, he's not even trying. I love it. There's even a better scene where through all this like they're doing the usual final act fight against the monsters, where the kid turn into crappy X-Men and defeat the giant invisible monsters that only Jake can see using snowballs and cotton candy and high jinxy skeletons. And again, it's like, did Nickelodeon direct this part? Because like, this is really stupid, and this feels like something I would see back in, like, I don't know, Agent Carter, if you remember that fucking movie. Just really just hijinksy, just nonsense happening on screen. Like, this is really ridiculous. And then the monsters get brutally stabbed to death. it'd be like the Three Stooges, whoop, bonk, whoop, rah, and then stab, stab, dead. Okay. So meanwhile, they track down Samuel L. Jackson, trying to get to where all the birds are after he realizes that's what they're after, and I'm just gonna Kite Girl goes over there and just blasts him with a burst of wind. Oh, she has like wind breath, so she can blast people with air, and he blasts him to the wall, and he just stands there like, "Argh!" And then it cuts away to some other scenes, and then it cuts back, he's still there, and he just has this glorious expression on his face, like his arms are crossed, as his lips are going like up and back because of the wind. He goes, you know, eventually you're gonna have to catch your breath eventually. Like, this is really wasting everyone's time, you know. It's so dumb. So dumb. God damn it. Like, the more I talk about this movie, the more I love this movie, and the more I talk about it. Apparently, I'm like in the middle of some serious hardcore San Francisco Giants fans who are probably drunk or have had a few, and I should have been more drunk watching this movie. I feel like I had one beer going into this. I feel like I should have had 4, because if I did, I would have had a great fucking time. Honestly, the more I'm talking about it, the more I realize how much enjoyment I got out of this movie. Because it's weird shit just kept happening with no explanation, no reason, and it's gone just as fucking quickly, and it's just incredible. Like, there's even a scene early on where it turns out there's this one person named, I think his name was Vincent or something, who everyone's like, he's in the basement, don't bother him, he's a kind soul, just don't leave him alone. And it turns out the reason they don't want him to go up there is because he's dead, and they kept his body around for reasons. And the way you find that out is because Moody McMooderson fucking brings him to life in a puppet form, and just they're like doing like it's again, it comes out of nowhere, it's never done again. So I just got like, hi, do you want to know how I died? And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh man. So yeah, I guess I kind of do recommend this movie. I was gonna be a lot harsher on it going this way, but when I'm talking about it, it's more like this is a movie to get drunk and go see. Because, like, there is some genuinely creative parts to it. It's got Tim Burton's designs and stuff on there, but it's also just a whole lot of what the fuck is happening, or what the fuck was that, or why the fuck am I watching this? There's even just a blink and you miss it shot. Apparently, what's his name? General Zod has, like, been tracking these bad, peculiars throughout his lifetime, and he shows all these pictures of these bad peculiars, and one of them is just dressed as Santa Claus. So you just see this terrifying picture of Santa Claus with just pure white eyes, and I'm like, why isn't he in this movie? I need this Santa Claus in this movie. The fact that he was not there, like, that's the one, like, huge disappointment, is the fact we did not get an evil Santa Claus in this movie. Oh man. So yeah, there was a lot to be entertained by this movie. Can you take this movie seriously at all? No. And I don't think it's trying to be. Is it great? No. Like, even as like a C movie, I wouldn't call it great, but I was entertained. So kind of take that with a grain of salt, you know, take it as you will. I had a good time. I apparently genuinely enjoyed myself more than I thought I did. I don't know if I'd pay full price to see it. Like, it's a matinee, I would say, probably. But it's fun. Like, it's fun. It's a movie to laugh at. It really is. It's a movie to just sit back, grab a couple beers, go out there with some friends who can laugh at some dumb shit, and just make fun of this movie for all it's worth. I think there wasn't many people in my theater, so I kind of just snuck my phone in my shirt, and I just live tweeted the entire thing. Because I like, this is like, oh man, this might be something special. I have to. That was the one sucky thing about going to this movie alone. I had no one to talk to about this movie, and I really wanted to, because it was like, oh my god, this is dumb. But yeah, so I got sidetracked. So I guess that's all I can really think of talking about. So I'm sure I might think of more as I talk about trailers, but I'm gonna talk about trailers now because I got quite a few, and some of them are just kind of wow. So the first one I got is the new trailer for The Space Between Us, which makes it look a lot less like a thriller and more like the YA movie that you know this movie is targeted for. I don't know, it looks kind of bizarre. I don't have much. Honestly, it's one of those movies like I'm kind of waiting to see what it's. Is it a January movie? I don't know, but either way. But we got the next trailer I got is from me I really want to fucking see, which is called A Monster Calls, which is a movie I genuinely am super excited for. That comes out, it's limited release on December, and I'm really hoping it comes to San Jose, because I really want to fucking see it. I do not want to wait till January 3rd to see it. But it looks phenomenal. Like from everything I've read about this movie, it's like, this looks a movie that's right up my alley. It looks like it's fantasy done right. I can't wait to go see it. And of course, Liam Neeson as a giant fuck off Groot monster. I'm down. I'm down for that. You had me at that. And then I got some really bizarre cartoon short in this, which was told in Spanish. And like the title was in Spanish, but the translate to The Legend of the Chupacabra. And it's done by this kind of offensive interpretation of just this Mexican robber and I guess his brother or partner who is mentally challenged to the point where it's like, this feels kind of offensive. And of course they're like, we need to go find like these hidden things, and it's like they hear a noise in the background, like, oh my god, it must be the Chupacabra, which is of course your first instinct whenever you hear a strange noise in the middle of the night. Could have been like, oh, it must be an animal, or oh, someone's onto us. Like, no, Chupacabra, man. It can't be anything else. It has to be Chupacabra. That is like if I went to a nightclub and a trash can fell over and goes, oh man, Bigfoot's here. Fuck, we gotta go, man. He's after us. So dumb. I don't even know what it's for. Like, I guess it's like an animated show. It's like some kind of Amazon Prime-esque station. I don't know. And then I got really bizarre and really dumb looking movie called A Dog's Pursuit. No, Dog's Purpose, which apparently this dog just dies over and over again and gets reincarnated until he finds his old master again, which is like, okay. It also sounds like it's Samwise Gamgee doing the voice, and I know I'm probably wrong on that, but that's what it sounded like. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. That's coming out in January. All right, yeah, I can see that. Then I got the Smurfs trailer again. I got the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them trailer again, which that movie's looking better now. They're actually showing trailers for it again, and not that shitty, oh, here's all the reasons why you should go see this movie trailer we got. That was like a behind-the-scenes look, which is still very bizarre to me. Then Hidden Figures I've talked about before, and then I got a new trailer for Trolls, where it did the exact same shit I hated about the last Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them trailer, where it has Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake telling us like, oh, I feel like music and animation just really go well together, and I feel like it's really gonna make this movie magical. And then that's when I made the horrifying realization that not only is Trolls a musical, it's a jukebox musical, and I'm like, oh, fuck! Fuck! God damn! Oh! I'm gonna hate this movie now. So yeah, that was the last trailer I got. So, Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children. It's a matinee or it's a rental. Like, honestly, this is a beer movie. Like, just don't tell your friends anything that's in this movie. Although if you haven't seen the movie and you watch my review, I've already given everything away. But just watch it, the insanity. Just watch it, all the what the fuck moments this movie has. Just don't think about it too much. Have a good time. That's like the best moral I can give for this movie. So I think that's all I got for now. I do want to try to see one more movie. Maybe I'll try this weekend if I have time. But either way, I know we got more Luke Cage episodes coming, so take a look for those reviews. And me or Ron are doing those, because I feel like Ron's way more qualified to talk about Luke Cage than I am. So, that's going to be good. And, I think the next one's either going to check out Masterminds or Deepwater Horizon. It really depends on who I can get for what. I know Muha really wants to see Masterminds for some reason, so we might just go see that. So, anyway, we'll see. And then next week is like another 3-movie week, so I don't know how I'm going to pull it off, but I'll figure it out. So, I think that's all I got, guys. See you all later.